Binion's Hotel Apache is not for everyone. The rooms are small, they're bare bones, and they hardly could be described as luxurious. But they're also charming, historically significant, and perhaps haunted. Hotel Apache opened back in 1932 and according to Binion's website hosted stars like Lucille Ball, Humphrey Bogart, and Clark Gable before closing in 2009. After a 10-year hiatus, the hotel was renovated and reopened in 2019 with an old-timey decor strategy that really leaned into the resort's history. My baseline room cost $59, or $66.67 after taxes. Notably, Binion's and sister property Four Queens don't charge a nightly resort fee. Weighing in at just 81 rooms, Binion's doesn't offer mobile check-in, but the line at the front desk was non-existent when I showed up at around 10 a.m. It is important to note that rooms at Binion's can be loud until the early morning hours, as many of them are tucked right behind the iconic neon facade that overlooks Fremont Street. I was so thankful when the registration desk employee was able to hook me up with a quieter room. She even waived the early check-in fee, which was appreciated. And throughout the entirety of my stay, it was apparent that the people that work at Binion's are a real highlight. They even give you a fun book at check-in, which is chock full of food and drink deals, and the 2-for-1 or BOGO deals can be used as a 50% off coupon for solo diners. As Binion's is rumored to be haunted, they have a TV in the lobby that flashes paranormal experiences reported by other guests in the past, which is a fun touch. They have an elevator, but I opted to take the stairs to my second floor room, and the historic yet bare bones vibe echoed throughout the hallway. It definitely had a haunted feel. On the way to the room, the nerd in me was pretty pumped to find an old blueprint hanging on the wall, and a creepy yet cool touch. They even posted a previously reported paranormal experience specific to the room I'd be staying in next to the door. The room itself is designed to look and feel as it did when the hotel opened in 1932. That decor strategy included hardwood floors, yellow walls, and historic artwork that depicted that era in Las Vegas. The coolest items though were the old-timey rotary phone and an old-school radio that was functional. While the room's motif was historic, there were also modern conveniences like a 42-inch TV with a modern guide, in addition to traditional outlets and USB charge ports bedside. I don't think there's a standard room size at Binion's, but it was definitely tight, bare bones, and no frills by today's standards. The ironing board, iron, and luggage rack are all leaned up against a wall in the open underneath a bar with hangers. On the other side of the room was a basic table with a couple of wooden chairs, and the TV was hung on a wall with no stand underneath. Absent from the room was a mini bar, fridge, or closet that you'd expect to find in a modern hotel room. The window was stained glass, which is cool, but it also kind of sucks. I would have loved to get a better look at Hotel Apache's interior, although I could still faintly see some brickwork. Thankfully, the room was quiet throughout the night. I couldn't hear Fremont Street at all, although the white noise produced by this ancient AC unit may have helped. The bathroom was definitely cramped, but functional enough with a single sink vanity, shower tub combo, and I did like the aesthetic of the tile floor. Bath products were provided by H2O Therapy, as was a cheap plastic ice bucket and cups. A reminder that this is a budget property. So what's not to like? When I review hotels, I don't only share the good. I share both the pros and the cons, and this room had accumulated some scars. The tabletop had what I assumed to be water damage on the surface. There were gouges in the wall from the table and a few dark scuffs elsewhere. Cord management throughout the room was a bit sloppy given the absence of furniture to hide them behind. And in the bathroom, there were a few cracking grout lines. The sink drain was a bit crusty, and the floor wasn't all that clean. There was a good amount of lint, hair, and dust, meaning this was a shoes-on bathroom. It's also important to reiterate noise pollution from Fremont Street. While there are quiet rooms like the one I had, there's no way to book them specifically on Binion's website, so you'll be at the mercy of occupancy in the front desk. If you value sleep, you may want to look elsewhere. Shifting focus to the broader resort experience, and dining options at Binion's are right up my alley, meaning they're both budget friendly and good, and range from Binion's Deli, which serves affordable sandwiches, burgers, salads, and breakfast, with everything on the menu landing under $20, to the legendary Top of Binion Steakhouse, which sits atop the Old Mint Tower. On this trip, I swung into Whiskey Liquor Up, which has a rotating bar overlooking Fremont Street, and ordered a buffalo chicken sandwich for $21 and a Bud Light bottle for $7. The sandwich was unreal. It was juicy, tasty, and the fries served alongside it were spectacular. I will 100% return to eat this again. Complete side note, the rotating bar is slightly nauseating if you visited a few speakeasies the night before, something to keep in mind. Ike and I also stopped into Benny's Smokin' Barbecue and Brews and ordered a half rack of ribs each. Our server, without missing a beat, said, "Great, I'll bring you a full rack of ribs and an extra set of sides to save you 15 bucks. Great service, and the ribs, which carry a menu price of $21.99 for loyalty members, were on point. Inexpensive and very good. Lastly, on the way out the door the next morning, I slinked into Binion's Cafe, which serves a collection of breakfast items, sandwiches, and entrees at an affordable price point as well, most items landing south of 20 bucks. I ordered a short stack of pancakes, which carried a menu price of $9.99 and coffee, but I also saved 10% by flashing my loyalty card at checkout. In the past, I ordered their $16.99 cowboy cheesesteak, which was awesome. The pool at Binion's is both lame and amazing. Lame because it's small and basic, but cool because it's perched atop the Mint's old tower and offers great views of downtown Las Vegas and the broader valley. Uniquely, it reaches depths of up to 8 feet, and I've never seen it busy. The condition of Binion's casino is less than inspiring. It's a bit dumpy, dirty, and not exactly a big excitement generator. It could use some love. Parts of it just seem neglected, not to mention this wide open space at the back of the property that I recall last acted as a flea market for cheap t-shirts is just a bit depressing. Don't worry though, there's still an apparel store in that general area. That said, they have a good mix of new and old real slot machines, and we're dealing $5 6 to 5 blackjack and $10 craps and roulette during the day. Joining Binion's and Four Queens All Access loyalty program is a great way to save money, as you're going to save 10% at a handful of restaurants at both properties. Binion's is also home to a couple notable freebies. The first is the reimagined $1 million display, which snaps a free picture that can then be sent to the phone number or email address of your choice. Next, Binion's absorbed the neighboring Mint hotel and casino in the 80s, and history nerds will enjoy seeing part of Mint's former sign and petrified wood exterior wall on the staircase up to Whiskey Liquor Up. In addition to freebies, Binion's has a tarot card reading station, whatever that is, a fish pedicure joint that looked a little sketch, and the Apache Theater, which is home to both a comedy magic and hypnosis show. When it comes to location, Binion's is tough to beat, as it's smack dab in the middle of Fremont Street and steps away from other resorts, restaurants, and attractions. A small property, I also appreciated being able to reach the casino floor from my hotel room in under a minute. Binion's Hotel Apache offers a no-frills experience that can hardly be described as fancy or luxurious. This is the definition of a basic room, and it won't appeal to everyone, but could be a great fit for value seekers, ghost hunters, or Vegas history nuts like myself. Because of that historic draw, which you could also feel in the hotel corridors and on the casino floor, I thought this room was well worth the $59 sticker price I paid, and I commend Binion's for doing something completely novel with their hotel product. The entire resort does a good job of catering to budget-minded folks with cheap table game minimums, a free photo opportunity, and an affordable lineup of restaurants that deliver quality. Of course, make sure you sign up for the All Access loyalty program to save a few extra bucks on dining. While this isn't a hotel I plan to book regularly, it is a fun novelty to experience every few years. It's certainly different. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Of course, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so that you're notified when new content is available. Also, scroll down to the pinned comment where there's a link to sign up for my weekly newsletter where I cover current events in Las Vegas pertinent to travel.